Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Bulletproof for BJJ podcast. We got a lot to catch up on. A lot of stuff has happened. World Masters just went down and a bunch of medals were won.
Saw some good people win there.
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out, first of all, to Nikki Lloyd-Griffiths, our girl. She got double bronze.
She did.
At black belt, and so
she wouldn't have been happy about that.
Nah, you can say she's got that look in her face like,
Gold or it doesn't count.
Yeah, pretty much. And she went in the absolute. She wasn't going to go in the absolute, and she got bronze there. So
holy shit! Wow,
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Masters won, and then
is that her first World's Masters at black belt?
I believe so.
Yeah,
because she's only been a black belt a year now.
Yeah,
and I think just for age, she's just qualified.
Wow. Yeah,
but then she fought like 2 days later and got gold in her category at Jiu-Jitsu Con, which is not Masters, you know. So Nikki in the Geese is an amazing thing. But we also got to give a shout out to Tima.
Tima El Abdullawi.
She is the
coach here at Jungle Brothers.
Yep, she won blue belt.
Bruh, she took blue belt, gold, not a point scored on her.
Wow.
I'm not sure how many fights. I think it might have been 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to her, but yeah, fucking amazing.
Amazing. So she's blue belt under Adam at Vantage.
Yep.
Childs, and she's incredibly athletic.
Yeah.
You got to give it to her. She does the kickboxing here. So she's the girl can punch your lights out as much as try and strangle you.
Yeah, she's a weapon. She's
So
an
that's
absolute weapon.
Awesome achievement there. And then also want to give a shout out to another blue belt, Beth Sheehan, a follower of the program.
She gets a shout out, yeah.
She messaged us and said she'd been following the kettlebell program religiously and that she couldn't have kind of got there in the fit, strong state she was if she hadn't been doing Bulletproof.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, Beth, and shout out to One Purpose BJJ, Bob Frias.
That's Bob's gym.
Yeah.
They're in Adelaide?
No, they're north. They're like, I think it's North Coast New South Wales or like just bottom side of Queensland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The better weather.
Yeah. The tropical place.
The tropical places. And then we also have to give a big shout out to Jess winning at brown belt, her first year at brown belt.
Legend.
She won last year at purple.
Yeah.
And now
won at brown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. And the thing is, Jess has, gone through her various battles with injury and everything. And
she did an ACL, right?
Yeah, she had a complete ACL reconstruction.
A couple of years ago, yep.
And I helped her rehab that. And yeah, it's awesome just to see her continue so focused and just show up in a year's time and win top of the podium again.
Yeah. And yeah, I feel like the story that she tells about her jiu-jitsu journey, it's very like fun and kind of like good times. Like she's not like I rolled with her once and she's by no means like a fun roll. Like she's hard work.
She rolls hard,
she's strong, she's technical. But like she brings a lightness just to what she does.
Yeah.
And I think it's very cool for someone to be able to do that and then also win worlds.
Be a beast.
Yeah, you're like, man, that's sick. That's the balance that you want.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing that I'm really blown away about at the, Masters Jiu-Jitsu, the Worlds is, it said 11,000 people registered for the comp.
Wow.
That's crazy. Like, I thought it was...
What is it? Is it more than 2 days?
I think it could be across 3, maybe even 4 days, because Worlds, like, normally is 3 days. Yeah. It's 2 days and then 1 day of finals. So I believe it is significantly bigger than that in terms of participate, more than double, maybe even triple. And so that's amazing. But here's something else I want to talk about. Your boy, Meregali, beats Victor Hugo.
He must have heard that shit I said about the gi. Him and Micah heard that shit, and they're like, we'll show you, bruh.
We got to bring it back.
Dude, I love watching that guy compete.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the Victor match. I saw some highlights of it, but he just so aggressive, so determined.
And if you ask him, he moves beautifully.
Oof. He'll tell you. Someone, he posted a video on his Instagram. Someone shared it with me. It was him getting a massage from a girl that's, wearing her underwear. And I was like, strong Cejudo vibes. Like, strong.
I think the thing with him is that, like, he actually, I don't know if you ever saw, like, I can't like Being John Malkovich.
Yeah.
That, like, the cover of that, if you're not familiar with the movie.
Back you. Yeah.
There's, it's everybody wearing Malkovich's face. Like, I think that Meregali, to be happy with a lady companion, she would have to wear a cutout of his face on her face and be like, hey, you're looking good today, babe. Like, he's so obsessed with himself. I mean, don't get me wrong. His jiu-jitsu is incredible. And he said he wasn't happy about winning by points because he loves to go for the sub and everything like that.
Yeah.
But you got to say, yeah, man, like Victor Hugo's like as tough an opponent as he's going to get in the gi.
Yeah. And I mean, he didn't like... Meregali didn't look in trouble at all.
No.
Not at one stage,
No,
did
he looked so calm.
Like, Victor was able to, like, shut him down a couple of times, but it was like, man, it was Nicholas's match. What about the smother choke that he got in one? Have you seen one of those in the gi before?
No, I've seen people tap to like a dark room.
Yeah.
So it's pull out the gi and you just basically, I saw Fabio.
Hot box.
Yeah, you hot box, but you kind of waterboard, like depending on your abs, you're sweating and people just kind of fear tap because it's dark.
Especially if you got a wet rashy underneath your gi and that kind of sits into your mouth and then you start sucking it in. Yeah.
Sweat in your mouth. Oh my God. It's a horrible situation to be in. So I've never seen it in competition, but I have seen it in the training room.
Right, yeah.
And I've also kind of dark roomed people and they've just been, get me out of here, just tapped.
Yeah.
Not actually choked as a result.
It's pretty impressive.
It's full on.
I mean, he said he was going for it too. Like,
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, he's got that Gordon Ryan playbook.
Where did he learn that from? Amazing. And
it's actually very cool. I'm excited to watch these gi matches.
Yeah.
You know, legitimately, like, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, maybe I was wrong. Maybe the gi has a chance. I'm here for it. Time will tell.
Provided it has Nicholas Meregali involved. Joey's here for it.
Handsome men only.
Mr. Handsome. And I also want to switch it up and go to MMA because our boy, Kevin Jousset is officially signed to the UFC, makes his UFC debut this weekend, UFC Sydney, and he's fighting another Kiefer Crosby, who's also making his UFC debut.
Oh, right.
So, I mean, Kevin is 2 times Hex champion, double Hex champion, middleweight and welterweight.
Which is like the premier MMA event here in Australia.
Definitely Hex is an amazing... There's many great fight promotions here in Australia, but...
one of the big ones.
Yes, and man...
So Kevin was on the podcast some time ago, right?
Yeah, about 100 eps ago.
Yeah, okay. And you were chatting to him about his goal to get into the UFC, right?
Yeah, and he was in the US at the time. He was training at B Team.
Yeah.
Because of COVID and stuff, he was outside of France. There's a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, he's been training at City Kickboxing now. City Cockboxing.
Cockboxing, bro. Kickbox.
Oh, City Cockboxing. That could be a good shirt. But
what's his deal? Like, what's his strength?
So he was I believe he was on the French Judo national team.
Right.
I think he was training
we
up
all
for
know about the French national Judo team, don't we?
Right.
Please go on.
But no, essentially I think he was training up for the Olympics. I don't know if he fought at the Olympics, but he fought at an international level. He came to Australia. I trained with him at Absolute MMA. And yeah, he just became a bit of a force. And then at a critical point, he decided he was going to go train at City Kickboxing. And he said to me, I'll just live out of a van out the front of the gym.
Wow.
If that's what it comes to.
Yeah.
I don't think it came to that, even though him and his brother decked out a van so he could do the full gym life.
Yeah.
And when you see him stand, so he's the main training partner for Israel Adesanya. He's as big as Izzy. Yeah. Like maybe not quite as tall, but my God, the guy's broad. Yeah, and he's jacked. He's a frightening guy. We did a wrestling seminar with him at Vantage, just as a bit of a fundraiser for him. And he was showing us all the kind of judo funogi stuff he was using on the B team guys and going, this works, that works, this worked. And it was rough.
Oh, wow. A lot of leg I remember after that, everyone was trying to like leg sweep.
Foot trip and then like snap down to like hip throw and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm in a front headlock and I'm getting hip thrown.
Yeah.
It was really rough.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, it's incredible to see him stand side by side with Israel because one, he's so white. He's the whitest guy ever, but he's so built. I don't know how he makes 170. It's just unbelievable to me.
What's 170 in kilos?
I think it's 77 kilos.
Wow, that's welterweight?
Welterweight.
Okay.
I could be wrong in saying that. Forgive me, hardcore UFC fans. Like I said, rarely accurate, always entertaining. That's me.
That fight will have happened by the time you're hearing this, so let's hope he gets the win.
Yeah, fingers crossed. And then also on that card is Israel versus Strickland.
Yeah.
Strickland, not a good guy. You want to see him go down.
No,
or is it just the talk?
He's got a shtick. I mean, I do think he's probably a bit ignorant, but I feel like he's just tripling down on that ignorant shtick.
The bad guy.
Yeah, I'm just going to be it's kind of Colby Covington-esque. Like it's that alpha American kind of hyper-conservative sort of, it's a MAGA kind of vibe, but he's got a little bit of a smile and he's less, he's not so derogatory towards others.
A little bit tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, he's not, I haven't heard the racism yet. A lot of sexism. I in a way, I'm like, guy's a dick. I hope he gets beaten. But, I'm sure he's a nice fella.
I'm just going to say this right now. I believe Israel will beat Strickland. But
I would imagine everyone thinks that's going to be the case. And me too.
Yes.
But you got to think like, he's got a chance.
He has a knockout power. He can knock you out. Even though Pereira knocked him out, fair play. You've got to say he's a tough guy and he's more the brawler. He's more the Chael Sonnen, less technical. Like, I think people forget Chael Sonnen did almost beat Anderson Silva in his prime.
Yeah.
Like, he won that fight. Anderson pulled out the Hail Mary triangle.
Yeah.
I watched that fight.
Like the dying 5 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, he pulled it out. And Anderson was losing. You're like, wow, Chael Sonnen was the real deal. I also think about, like, when Chris Weidman beat Anderson Silva. Anderson was being too goofy, and Weidman just doubled up, or Weidman, sorry, Chris Weidman doubled up on the jab and just caught him.
Yeah.
And that was really a serious downfall for Anderson Silva. My thinking is this: you've got the really technical fighter in Israel Adesanya, and then you've got the brawler, more brawler style in Strickland. Could there be an upset there? Like, could it be everyone's like,
my heart tells me that Strickland was next in line. They're like, hey, we need someone for this Sydney event.
Throw him in.
Hey, bro, you got the call up.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's go.
But is that
but
like
of course, like he's in the top 5. He's next in line. There's always a chance.
Yeah. No, it should be exciting.
Let's go, Izzy.